Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Make Me Believe podcast. Join us by the Campfire, our fantastic Campfire crew, as I tell my wonderful wife, Kaylyn, say hi.
Hi.
Some spooky stories and the efforts of making her believe in any and all of this spookiness that we will speak of.
How much did you struggle with that last bit there, my
Uh,
dear husband Adrian? That's you. You want to say hi?
Hi, hello. A lot. I struggled very hard
You
with that.
almost got the intro.
I almost got it, and I got tongue tied on the very end.
Yeah, because he sits here and he looks so happy when he gets what he's doing. He's like, "I'm almost done. I did it!" And then the last home stretch.
Last bit. Oh yeah,
Nope.
I tripped. Oh, it's so bad.
Oh, it's hilarious. I think it's funny.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, how are you?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
This is your second time on the mic today.
This is, yes, I just finished recording with
Gosh.
the Chills and Thrills podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
And me and Connor had a great time talking about the 2022 movie Prey.
Yes, you were very excited about that movie, and you very much enjoyed it.
Very great, very good movie. Had nothing but praise for that the whole time. So tune into that whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know when.
Yeah.
Um,
And we were discussing it earlier, and you were laughing at me.
yes, very much so. Before we get started, let me say this on the podcast. Happy 5th anniversary.
Oh, yes.
Yes, yesterday, as of the date that we recorded this, was our 5-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah, that was, we're recording this on January 10th.
Yes, so yesterday, January 9th.
Yep, 5
Anniversary.
years.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yes, had a nice little, very, very nice low-key evening. Funny enough, me and Kaylyn, we agree on so many things, and we have this kind of weird connection where anytime we get each other gifts, we're kind of on the same level.
Yeah,
For-
it's always got the same theme.
Yeah, we always choose the same theme, and
we don't discuss this beforehand.
No,
like,
we
at
don't.
all.
No, we don't. Like 2 years ago, we bought each other watches,
Mhm.
and that was really weird. And then this year, we bought each other stuff that goes on the ears. I
Yeah.
bought her some brand new hoop earrings,
Yes, I love them.
and she bought me some new headphones. It was
Yeah.
super weird.
What? It's so bad. I don't even remember last year's.
I don't either.
All right, so we're not bad people.
We're not bad people.
Last year was also a lot, though.
yes,
Last
yes.
January was a lot, so
Yes, it was. So
know.
we're brushing through 2025. Now we're in 2026. Nothing but positive energy. Yeah.
I hope so, because the last 2 years have sucked.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Not in the marriage, just in the life.
No. Well, 2024 was not super good for us.
Oh my goodness. That was
That was rough
yeah, we had someone living here and that was not
in any way, shape, or form.
that was
a good
painful.
idea.
But anywho.
Boundaries exist for a reason.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead move on from that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Good. I can get my own podcast going just on that alone.
That was fun.
No, it was not. No, it was
So
not.
how are you doing today?
My hip hurts a lot.
Your hip hurts.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't know what to take with that.
I don't know either.
Uh,
Because for those that don't know, I have hip bursitis in both hips.
my goodness.
But
Good
that's
Lord,
not-
you are broken.
that's not what's hurting. that part is not what's hurting. Like the hip bursitis, yeah, that's a dull pain. But like what hurts, I don't know. I don't know why it's hurting.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
So-
figure out what we're gonna name this podcast now.
No, I mean we can
This
talk
new
about all
one
the
where we talk
cooking and
about-
baking that we've been doing the past week. If you want to go back into the haunted
no.
oven,
No, because we've cooked and we've baked plenty.
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
It has been. Me, I've done almost none of it, but the rest of the family has been cooking and baking their asses off, and I have nothing but love for it.
Yeah. He eats really well. We'll just say that.
Yes, there's a reason I am fat.
You lost weight.
There's a yeah, we switched to healthier food. Whatever.
Yeah, because I'm making it. It's not processed anymore.
And
And it's not like pasta all the time. Like you're getting protein. Okay?
that's what's up.
So
Be jealous, everybody. Be jealous.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do we just get into it?
I don't know. Normally we talk for longer because,
Yeah, we do.
it's like a Wednesday. We didn't record on Wednesday because somebody decided to work late
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, it's been hell at work. Just overtime, overtime, overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Working on these planes, fixing what I can.
Mm-hmm.
But alas, here I am, day before we have to air this episode, and
You're gonna edit it tomorrow.
yeah,
Is this before or after you do your sister's brakes?
I'm helping my sister change her brakes. So Alex, be thankful. I don't know when I'm gonna do all of this stuff. We have so much planned. We live very, very busy lives. I have to finish watching Alien vs. Predator Requiem with Jonah.
Yep. You're doing that tonight, aren't you?
Yes, I'm doing that tonight, and then either late tonight or super early tomorrow or super late tomorrow, Connor wants to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Good luck with you being able to stay awake super late the night before you have to go back to work.
Yeah, that's not going to be fun.
You're better off doing it tonight.
My goodness, I am not a night owl.
No, you suck at it. You suck hardcore at staying up late. Like it is
just
not
horrible. Mm-mm. I did second shift for 2.5 years, and that was like the worst time of my life. I did it.
It pisses me off when you're like, I want to go to bed and you'll fall asleep at 8:30, and I'm like, who does that? What kind of savage does that?
Blue collar workers.
Even when I worked a morning shift, when I had to be there at 5:15 in the morning, there was no way in hell I wanted to go to bed at 8:30.
Listen.
No.
I need my sleep.
It's so boring.
Well, I'm sorry for being boring. Hopefully this episode will not be boring.
How many stories do you have for me?
I have 2 stories and a pretty decently length follow-up.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Are these the stories? Are they longies?
One longie, one short.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say shorty.
One shouty. Shouty like mine, baby.
I don't know what. Is that a song?
That is a song. Oh my goodness.
Who sings that song?
I don't. Well, I'm gonna play it for you later. Just don't even.
I
have no energy for pop culture with you right now because it's gonna be lengthy, and I'm just gonna get furious.
You don't know who sang it, do you?
That's
You don't know. That's why he won't tell y'all because he doesn't know. He talks so much smack to me
about
I don't know anybody.
I do.
He'll sing something. He'll say something. That's probably the biggest thing he does is he'll say something, and I'm like, I don't know what this means. Where's that from? And then he'll go, I bet you can't tell me where that's from. And I'm like, why? You know, I've never seen it. Why are you asking me these questions?
Wow. Okay.
He just judges me hardcore.
I do.
And then he doesn't know the name of this. I'm presuming it's a rapper. I don't know.
It is.
I'd also like to point out that once again, you have hit my shin with your foot in a location where I have a bruise.
You're bruised everywhere. Don't even start. Okay. So, are you ready to get into the spooks?
I want to know who sings that song.
Oh my goodness!
I thought that's what you were looking up.
No, I pulled up my stories.
Wow, look at you. Okay.
Yes.
I saw it. It said that.
Yes. Okay.
But I want to know who sings that song.
Bow Wow.
Who?
Bow Wow.
Who is that? Is that a rapper?
Is
that? Is that the little guy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Where is he in? Like, what's he? What would I know him from? Oh, was he in the third? What's the name of that movie? Fast and Furious movie? Who is that? Who was the little kid? The one that sold all the stuff?
Yes, you are correct.
That's Little Bow Wow?
That was Little Bow Wow.
Okay.
Look at you with the pop culture reference from this century. I am so proud. All right.
I got it.
Cue the celebration.
Cool. I feel like such a big kid right now.
Look at you go. So proud of you. Okay, all right.
Okay, sorry. Focus.
Let's get into the stories.
And I knew his name was Little Bow Wow, too. Took me a second.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it took me a second.
So proud of you.
Yeah. See? Roll the decks. It works.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, all right. Are you ready for the spooks?
Bring it on.
Okay. This story is titled, I discovered something in the woods near my childhood home. and now it won't stop following me.
No.
By Reddit user Donovan 221.
Nope.
Nice and simple. I like that username. Simple, quick, easy to get to the point.
No.
I like it. Okay. I used to play in the woods all the time when I was a kid. They were my safe place, away from noise. A place I could go to let my imagination run wild and have my thoughts feel free rather than confined. Time marches on, however, and as I entered my teenage years, I visited those woods less and less. Pretty soon, what was once a place of serenity and childhood memories became nothing more than a memory itself. I didn't have time for the forts anymore. Same with the roaming trips to the creek. I just grew up, I guess. It wasn't a painful departure, I must say. It was more like realizing your toys aren't sentient. You're giving them voices. That's how the woods began to feel as time went on. I realized that my imagination was distracting me from the real life responsibilities. Schoolwork, social life, etc. I had to stifle it. Time continued to pass, and eventually, in my 20s, I moved out of my parents' home and got an apartment in the city. I worked as an accountant and just wanted to be closer to work. Don't get me wrong, I loved those city lights. The sounds of cars honking and hustle and bustle and constant movement. It became the new normal. It's where I became successful, where I came into my own and made a name for myself. Even if it was just, well, for myself. An accountant at some random bank in some random city isn't really fame and fortune, but it did mean a lot to me, knowing that I had become secure in life. That's where I stayed for 10 years, in that apartment in the city, alone. 10 long years of silence in my head. However, on my 32nd birthday, I got the call that changed the trajectory of my life and forced me back to the countryside from whence I came. I'll never forget my aunt's hysteria, her uncontrolled sobs that made my blood run cold and my heart dropped to my stomach. My parents had been killed brutally, and my aunt had discovered them. Now, just because I didn't live with them anymore didn't mean I didn't keep in contact with them. Didn't love them still. Wasn't heartbroken and utterly destroyed by the news that my aunt wailed to me. I was so confused. I had just been texting my mom the night prior. She was setting up plans for my birthday. She always liked going out to eat at a restaurant of my choosing for that day. No matter how old you are, you'll always be my baby, she'd tell me. We'd been in the middle of discussing which restaurant we'd go to this year, and when the conversation abruptly shifted. Instead of responding to my questions of Longhorn or Outback, my mom simply texted, "I miss you so much. Please come home." I was 31 years old, a grown man. My mom had come to terms with me leaving 10 years ago, when I first stepped out of her house. As a matter of fact, she welcomed it. She saw it as her job being done. She saw it as more time with my father. I responded, "I miss you too. Anything wrong? I'll see you guys tomorrow, right?" There was a 5-minute wait before my mom's response, and I spent that time watching those little gray text bubbles bounce up and down from the side of the messages. When she finally responded, it had 2 words. Come home. Confused, but not yet worried, I responded with, "I'll see what I can do tomorrow. Maybe I'll spend the weekend with you guys." I got the notification that my message had been read, but no response came from my mother. I figured we'd pick back up tomorrow And with that thought in mind, I decided to call it a night. And of course, you already know what ended up happening. Apparently, my aunt had discovered them along the tree lines, just lying there, mangled and bloody as flies circled their corpses. At least, that's what I imagined was happening. My aunt was too broken up to go into detail farther than they were dead in the woods. Of course, this called for a trip back home, a long drive back to the countryside of Georgia, the deep countryside of Georgia, near the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Okay.
I called into work and reported the news, and my boss sympathetically gave me all the time I needed to recover. Be back when you feel like you can be back, he told me. I thanked him profusely and packed a bag for the next few days. I didn't know how long I'd be there, but I did know I wanted to be prepared. On the drive, skyscrapers morphed into suburbs, and suburbs into fields, and fields into forest. I began to feel a little nostalgic, remembering my time in this environment, and this setting where life was smaller and simpler. I remember how my parents walked me through life, encouraging me to grow and expand my surroundings. Tree after tree passed my window, and eventually my thoughts landed on the time I spent in those woods near my house. I began to tear up because it felt like that childhood was officially gone. All I had left was memories. Before I knew it, I found myself sobbing as a car rolled on down the highway. After about 3 hours of driving, my wheels finally found that dirt road that led to my parents' house. I felt my heart begin to race. I didn't know if I was ready to face this reality. But alas, I trekked on. Pretty soon that wooden shack of a childhood home came further and further into view, with each part of the house that rose over the dash and into my windshield. I felt those damned emotions that overwhelmed my soul and stung my eyes. I pulled into that driveway, and on the porch sat my aunt and uncle. My uncle cradled my aunt in his arms as he rocked her back and forth. I parked my car and jumped out to hurry and greet the two of them. And I could have swore I heard my name being called from over my shoulder. I looked back and found nothing but trees shaking in the crisp night air. Shrugging it off, I approached my aunt and my uncle, embraced both of them in a hug. My aunt was still in hysterics, and my uncle was trying his best to comfort her. I sat with the two of them for a while, recalling old memories. We laughed through some of the tears, but for the most part, we were all just completely shocked and grief-stricken. While I sat with them, a thought crossed my mind. Wait, I said, why aren't the police here?
This is valid.
There was a silence that lingered for an uncomfortably long time before my uncle answered me. Case was open and shut. Their work here is done. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. My parents had just been killed, and it was just cleaned up in a day? How is that even possible? Is all I could think to ask. Animal attack. Their wounds were consistent with that of a bear mauling. That's what they labeled it as, and that's what it's gonna be, responded my uncle. I winced at this. Believe it or not, this was not something I wanted to hear. Alright, let's just change the subject. Where are you guys staying tonight? Are you staying? Dabbing her eyes with a handkerchief, my aunt responded with a groggy, we got a hotel near town. We'll be there through the funeral. What about you? I thought for a moment. I knew where I wanted to stay, but I didn't know if it was appropriate. Furthermore, I didn't know how these two would take it. I was just thinking to stay here tonight. Just one last time. I think I need to. To my surprise, they didn't argue. They accepted, endeared even. We chatted for a bit longer before saying our goodbyes. I watched as they got into their car, waving at me sympathetically before backing out the dirt driveway. Their taillights faded down the dirt road, and before long I found myself alone once more. The night air kissed my face, and after a few moments to myself on the front porch, I decided to go inside. The house felt empty. It was fully furnished, but it was just not full. There was an absence that I could feel in my soul. I walked around for a bit, high on nostalgia as I went room to room. Seeing my parents' room hurt the most, and I was only able to look at it for a few moments before my grief made me close the door. The part that stuck with me the most, however, was my childhood bedroom. It had been untouched, right down to the dirty clothes on the floor and the sheets that hung freely off the bed. With a sigh, I fell backwards into my mattress, and the springs groaned and creaked with the force of the impact. I lay there curled up in a ball, hugging my blanket tightly. My thoughts were beginning to run together, and I could feel my eyes getting heavier and heavier as I inched closer to sleep. However, before that sleep could arrive, I heard tapping on my window.
Nope.
A quick, tight pat, pat, pat that forced my eyes open and made me aware. Usually, this would be the part in the movie where the knocking abruptly stops. However, in my case, it became quicker, wilder, more forceful. I was not ashamed to admit I was terrified, almost too terrified to move. At first, I opted to shout out, "Whoever's there, I just know I'm armed. Get off my property or I will shoot you."
Yes.
What responded was a child.
I don't care.
"I see you."
No. Oh my god.
It dragged out. With that, I was out of bed and at my window. I peeked through the curtain, and all I saw was a little boy running into the woods. I couldn't let him do that. Not after what happened to my parents.
No, don't do it.
Grabbing my flashlight and slipping my shoes on, I rushed out the front door to stop the boy.
No, don't do that.
I reached the tree line and stopped. Something told me not to go any further. Something told me that I was making a mistake. But the voice that came from the forest clouded my judgment.
No.
"Come play with me again, Donovan," it beckoned. I knew I heard my name being called earlier. I knew I wasn't crazy. Against all my better judgment, I continued into the
You're an
woods.
idiot.
As I walked, I could hear footsteps that were my own. The crunching of leaves just out of my line of sight. I walked further and further, and as I walked, I stumbled upon something. One of my old forts. One of the last ones I made before I stopped playing in the woods. Inside was me, as a boy,
What the hell?
smiling up at me now. His teeth were sharp, and flesh was wedged between them.
Ew.
His nails were like talons and had been covered in dirt and blood. And his eyes, oh my god, his eyes, they were deep crimson. So deep that they looked black had it not been for the moonlight. "You're home," it clapped.
Oh my gosh.
I stood in place, absolutely petrified. I knew you'd be back. I knew I'd get you back. It hissed this erratically, as though it were barely able to contain its excitement. The thing began to stand, and finally my body reacted. I ran as fast as my legs could carry me, ducking and dodging branches and roots. To my absolute horror, the thing was keeping my exact pace. It ran beside me, staring at me with its dark eyes and unwavering smile. This spiked my adrenaline, and I don't think I've ever ran faster in my life. Not even in varsity track for high school. I was booking it. The porch light from my house came into view, and as soon as I reached those front steps, I practically jumped over them to get inside, retrieving my car keys. I was back in my car and already peeling out the driveway before even realizing what was happening. I must have been halfway down the dirt road, en route back to the city, before I began to breathe again. Regaining my composure, my hands gripped tightly around the wheel as I drove on through the darkness. I was prepared to never return to that house again. Prepared to drive back and forth for the funeral, whatever it took. However, that tiny little bit of comfort I had in knowing I'd escaped was completely dashed when I heard the voice from my back seat. Where are we going? I looked in my rearview mirror, and there he was again, sitting with his hands in his lap and a blank expression pasted to his face.
Oh my gosh.
Pasted to his face. I almost crashed attempting to pull the car over in my frenzied state. Yet, once I did, I found that my car was empty.
Oh my gosh.
I thought that I was losing my mind. After checking the car like a power-hungry police officer, I finally found it within myself to begin driving again. I made it all the way back to the city without incident. My apartment, though? That's another story entirely. I don't know how he got there. I don't know how he followed me. But he was there. He wouldn't leave. I found him standing still as a statue in my bedroom, staring out the window with his hands behind his back. Once he detected my presence, his head turned a full 180 degrees to face me. "Do you want to play now?"
No.
It asked. I slammed the bedroom door and backed away slowly. I could hear footsteps approaching from the other side, but they stopped just before they reached the door. Ever so cautiously, I pushed the door back open. My room was empty, just like the car. Sleep wasn't an option that night. Instead, I chose to stay on my balcony, too afraid to admit that I had actually lost my mind. The next day, my phone began blowing up with calls from my aunt and uncle. They wanted to know where I was. I lied and told them that staying in that house was too painful and that I decided to return to my apartment. I assured them that I'd be at the funeral and told them that if they needed anything, I'd be there. That entire day, that boy plagued my mind. He wouldn't stop showing up in the bathroom, in the kitchen. Hell, he even managed to follow me to the grocery store. I was the only one that could see him. Blood still dripping from his mouth and hands, and I was the only one who seemed to notice. At the funeral, he sat beside me during the service, begging me to play the entire time. He screamed at me, taunted me, berated me with a string of insults. While the rest of my family mourned, I couldn't even cry in peace without this little version of myself begging me to interact with him. This has been happening ever since the death of my parents, and I still have not found a way to get rid of this monstrosity that I'm sure killed them. Even now, as I'm writing this, he's leering over my shoulder, whispering in my ear, begging me to go to the woods with him. And I think I'm finally going to.
Oh my gosh, no.
The end.
Holy crap.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We got an actual auditory response from you. We got a gasp. Ladies and gentlemen, replay that. We got a gasp. Yep. All right, it shows. Got a gasp. Wow. That got you.
I did not anticipate him being in the back of the car. Like maybe somehow appearing at the front of the car outside of it, but not in the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, holy crap.
I've been sitting on that story for a minute.
You should not have gone into the woods, you idiot.
It was calling his name.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, was it night? Was the sun down?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
he saw a kid running into the woods. I could not let a kid run into the woods at night.
If my gut instinct at this point is telling me, do not go into these woods, I'm not going into the woods.
Well.
Especially with the creepy, I see you beforehand.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that sent a chill down my spine.
You want me in the woods. I'm now no longer going in the woods.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, just
nope, I'm not doing it.
Refusing out of hard-headedness.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your pain in the assery knows no bounds.
And yet I'm alive and not being haunted by a small version of myself with sharp teeth.
That's fair.
Here we go.
You know what? Scoreboard. Let's go to it. Yep. Kaylyn won.
Yep. See? So glad you agree. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat. That was
good.
Oh.
Very well written.
Oh.
And if that at all was real, damn.
I'm so glad you're headed towards my side, indicating that it's not real.
No.
You said if it was at all real.
Because this, from what I remember, this is a written story.
Which means it's not real.
But the thing that pulls me to it is that he put himself into it, and that makes me think.
It's fake.
No, that is real.
Fake.
No, this one I'm sitting on the edge on.
Fake.
Whatever. Is that what you got for me? No.
Yeah, because my gosh, that was. Woo.
I'm so glad it got you. I'm so glad.
I did not anticipate it being in the back of his car.
Yeah,
my gosh.
I had a big ass smile on my face as soon as I heard the.
I kind of when he heard the "I see you," and like it was a little kid voice. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a black-eyed child."
Oh yes.
And then he just sees the boy running into the woods, and I'm like, "No, it's that other story all over again. That was the black-eyed children, but the one that lured you in."
Yeah. That's creepy.
And then the little version of himself, and then the teeth. Oh my gosh.
Good story.
But I guess so he never interacts with it, never asks him, if I play with you, will you go away forever?
Yeah.
What's going to happen if you go to the woods with it?
Oh my goodness.
You're not going to come out.
Not going to come out.
And how much do you want to bet that it was not his mom texting him to come home?
Yeah. I don't think it was. I think that's what it was alluding to.
Oh my gosh.
Like at that point, another story where a creature takes over the phone.
I did find it funny though that he felt the need to explain that even though his parents were brutally murdered, that just because he moved out, it wasn't that he didn't love his parents.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, nobody thought that. Like, I love my parents and I don't live with them anymore.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But I do think that if my mom texted me something like that twice in a row, come home, I'd probably call her at that point. I'd be like, she never texts me like this. This is out of the blue.
Poughkeepsie.
Right? Let's call her and find out what's going on.
That was a nod to Supernatural. Yeah. Anybody that doesn't know, one of my all-time favorite shows. Poughkeepsie is the code phrase for drop everything, come home.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyhow.
Yeah. So I would call her to find out, hey, what's going on? Why do you want me to come home so bad?
Right?
I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey.
So, oh my gosh. Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I did not like that showing up in the car thing.
That got you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy about that.
Creepy.
I owe you a beer, Donovan.
No.
Great story.
Very good.
Now, the next story, I will say.
The
next story. Did I go high pitch?
Yes, you did.
Sorry, I got something in my throat. So, the next story.
The next story.
Anyway.
You need to get the voice like Vecna.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Jamie Campbell Bower.
William. Was that
Yeah, there you go. I also find it hilarious that he calls him William.
Yeah, me too.
Although you call Bill at work Billiam, so.
I do call Bill at work Billiam.
Mhm.
I think that's really funny.
I also think it's funny that the shortened name for William is Will and Bill.
Yeah.
Like, why is it a Bill? Where did we get Bill from that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Who knows?
Anyway, so what's this next story?
Okay, so you did not like that story. That story scared you. Next, we're going to go to a story that scared me.
Oh, dear heavens.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Oh, I don't know about all this. If it scared you. This one didn't scare me. It was just like intense.
It scared you.
Sure, yeah, whatever.
I'm going to go ahead. You're not going to hear this, but they're going to hear this. I'm going to play the sound that you made. There it is. There you go.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
This next story, I'm gonna give the username first. This next story is by Reddit user Witch Republic 4558, and that's Witch WHICH Republic 4558. And this story is titled, "I was right to be afraid of dolls."
Oh, this is gonna be good. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, this is gonna be good.
Shut your face. Okay. Grandma, why do you always have these creepy dolls everywhere? They look so freaky, all pale white, with eyes that look as though they want to conceal the whole soul of what's inside. She had them for years. They creep me out too much. I could feel their eyes following me, watching every step I take. I've answered this question so many times. I've had them ever since I was a little girl, and don't call them creepy. When I was little, every little girl in town wanted one. There's no way people wanted these. It looked like the epitome of little girl's nightmare. Why not a Barbie? She's beautiful. These dolls are the opposite. She gave me a stern look while adding a frown, not letting a word slip out of her chapped lips. I leave her alone and go to the room that I'll be sleeping in. I love visiting my grandma and getting to accompany her for a couple of days. The only troublesome part is that those pale freaks are in every single room that the house offers. I stare at one of the dolls in my room. I stare into its eyes as I wait. I waited, and waited for something odd to happen. Finally, it winked at me as an evil grin took over its face. It quickly went back to normal. I knew this would happen. That particular doll winked at me before. When I was younger, it made a mess of all the food on the kitchen counter, framing me for it. All of the times I've been here, these dolls have proved to me over and over again that they're somehow alive. I'm done letting them pretend to be innocent. My hands quickly grabbed the doll that grinned earlier. I grabbed it by its neck.
Oh dear.
You better start talking or moving around to show me that you're alive. If you don't, you will have a missing head. My hand quickly started to feel deep pain. The spot with the pain also had a bite mark.
Oh no.
Oh, is that how you want to be? I immediately removed its head. I then decided to throw the body at the wall. Ow! I feel a sharp knife stab my foot. I look down and immediately see a dozen dolls with knives, forks, etc., trying to stab me, even succeeding. I start kicking them, tossing them, stabbing them with their own silverware, and anything you could imagine. I quickly defeat them all because their bodies are weak. The reason why I overpowered them so quickly was because I wasn't exactly shocked. I knew they were all alive, and they would likely attack me one day. I could easily predict that they were pissed off at me. I've never liked them, and I'm the only one who knows their secret. I will forever have pedophilia because of these haunted, pale as a ghost dolls. The end. Not
That amused me.
a
I would
fan.
I would really like to know where the freaking hell these dolls, like within 2.3 milliseconds, got forks and knives to stab you with.
I don't know.
Like-
You know old people's homes. They always have random trinkets everywhere.
I know somebody's home who used to have dolls in all the rooms.
Yes.
She didn't have knives and forks and spoons and stuff in there.
One of the rare occasions. But
Oh, that was good. That was funny. I thought that was humorous. That did not.
I also chuckled a little bit.
I also feel like you're kind of an idiot though for one, the dolls freak you out, and yet you're gonna sit there and taunt them.
Mm.
Not the brightest bulb in the pack, there are
You
we,
know what?
sweetie?
Whenever you get tired of being pushed around and blamed for everything, you fight back.
It didn't happen to me.
Me, on the other hand, will never do that to a doll. Because if I see it wink, you will never have seen a fire get started so quickly.
I would try to be nice to it.
Yeah, I will be nice to it until that fire's roaring, and then I'll throw that bad boy in there.
I'll be like, can you wink with the other eye too? I can't.
You freaking dweeb. No.
Yes, 100%.
You never interact with it. Never. As soon as I see it, even if I was like, all right, my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm not giving it its second chance. Fire.
Okay, dear. That was
Fire cleanses all the sins.
okay.
Ugh. No.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay. I thought it was funny. I also think you're a moron for antagonizing it. If you're gonna talk to it, don't antagonize it.
Don't talk to it.
Maybe if you hadn't been a jerk to it previously.
Talk to it with a flamethrower.
If you hadn't been a jerk to it previously, maybe it wouldn't have blamed you for the mess.
How do you know that you were a
This
jerk
kid
to it
was
previously?
a jerk to it. I mean,
how do you know?
If you don't do what I want, I'm gonna rip your head off. Well, no.
That was after being pushed to that point.
Well, maybe he was mean to them before, because that's not the first time he's called him creepy.
Okay. You better stop that. Okay. No. Things do not get a second chance. All right.
Okay.
No. One does something like that. Freaking winking. No. Hell no. And then it flashed a grin.
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Ain't for it. No. There is one time. So whenever Jonah was about, let's see, 24, he was about 3 years old. I lived in an apartment. No, I'm sorry. He was about a year and a half. It's about a year and a half. We had this closet full of a lot of his toys, and then whenever he would wake up, we would take the toys out of the closet, and then he would pick out, which one he wanted to play with, and there was a speak and spell. And it would just randomly start going off.
They do that sometimes.
Yeah. Guess when the dumpster fire started?
Oh my gosh, you set his toy on fire?
He didn't play with it anymore. It was fine.
Oh.
I literally set that thing on fire.
This explains Jonah's speech and reading issue and his spelling issue so much now.
He had other learning toys. Don't worry.
Wow.
He did.
My poor kid.
Listen.
Naughty.
No. Bad Kaylyn. Bad dolls.
I would just
Good for you, girl, for freaking standing your ground. Girl?
I don't know. I presumed a guy, but...
You were presuming a guy? I was presuming a girl.
Well, yeah, because it said what girl would want that? Because they were creepy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna side with you on this one. I go girl.
I mean, if you're, I'm saying guy, dear.
You're saying guy?
Yeah, I think it's a guy.
What are you, mad? Okay. Girl. It's a girl.
Is it a girl?
It's a girl.
Okay, my bad.
Profile.
Well, that doesn't mean that the story is a girl.
Well, just based on the profile picture, girl.
Okay, well, if the story in there is a boy, I think it's a boy in the story.
I think it's a girl.
Either way, it doesn't really matter.
Listen.
Because he got stabbed a bunch of times.
Yeah. Good for you for fighting.
Knives that appeared out of nowhere.
Good for you for fighting and winning.
Because their bodies were weak.
Their bodies were weak. Yeah. I like that. Because, I mean, obviously you overpowered them because, duh, their bodies were weak. I mean, I liked that little note.
That was hilarious. That was very funny. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Too funny.
Are you ready to get to, oh my goodness, what is the word I'm thinking of? Updates.
We can't go to updates.
Why?
Because I have a story.
You have a story?
I do.
Oh my goodness, you sneaky little sneak.
I know.
Okay, all right.
Are you ready? Because I've got one for you, and I'm really excited about it.
Oh, crap. Okay.
It has a name and everything.
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This story is titled, What Stayed Behind?
Oh.
The house had been empty for a long time. Not abandoned, just waiting. The kind of waiting that leaves dust undisturbed and doors stiff on their hinges, as if the house had learned how to hold its breath. When Evan and Claire first walked through the front door, the realtor used words like solid bones and good light. Neither of them remembered her mentioning the sounds.
Huh?
The house made noise even when no one moved. It wasn't loud, it wasn't dramatic, just the steady, thoughtful creak of wood adjusting to weight that wasn't there anymore. Their daughter Lila loved it immediately. She ran from room to room, socked feet slapping the floor, her laughter bouncing oddly down the hallway, flattened somehow, like the walls were swallowing the echo. When she found the narrow room at the back of the house, the one with no clear purpose, she stopped laughing. She stood there quietly. "It's okay," Lila said, to no one in particular.
What's okay?
Evan and Claire exchanged a look and let it go. They found the doll 3 days later.
Nope.
Not in a closet, not in a box. It was tucked into a shallow recess beneath the stairs, half hidden behind a loose panel of wood that looked more like a part of the wall than something meant to open.
A hidden doll? Burn it now.
The space was just tall enough for something small to sit upright. The doll had been placed there carefully. It was soft-bodied, its fabric faded with age, yarn hair, dark and slightly frayed, a stitched smile that wasn't cheerful or sad, just present. Its dress had been mended more than once, the stitching uneven, like different hands had tried to care for it over the years. Lila reached for it without hesitation. "Oh," she said, relief softening her voice. "There you are." Claire asked gently, "Do you want that?" Lila nodded, already tucking the doll under her arm. "She didn't like it in there," Lila said. "It's too quiet."
No.
The doll became part of the house the way furniture does. Unremarkable, accepted. It lay beside Lila at night, sat at the table during breakfast, traveled from room to room, dragged gently by one arm, its yarn hair trailing behind. Lila spoke to it sometimes. Never loudly, never urgently. Just enough to be heard if someone was already listening. Evan and Claire tried not to. The first sound happened late at night.
No, it didn't.
Evan was awake, lying still, counting unfamiliar noises the way people do in new houses. One for the pipes, one for the floor, one for the distant hum of electricity. Then came something else. A soft, rhythmic sound. Fabric brushing against wood. Slow, deliberate. He sat up, heart quickening, and listened. The sound stopped. In the morning, the doll was exactly where it had been left, curled at the foot of Lila's bed, face turned toward the door. Claire admitted later that she'd heard something too. Neither of them pushed it further, though. The strange room at the back of the house remained unused. It wasn't sealed off. There was no reason not to go in. But Evan and Claire hesitated at the doorway, a tension settling between their shoulders, as if the air inside pressed back. Lila played there sometimes. She dragged the doll in, sat on the floor, and hummed softly, tunelessly, repetitive. When Claire asked what she was doing, Lila shrugged, keeping her company. The doll began appearing in places it hadn't been left. Not dramatically, not often enough to prove anything. Once it sat at the top of the stairs, positioned so its stitched eyes met Evan's as he climbed. Another time it waited on a chair pulled slightly away from the wall, facing the hallway. Always facing someone. When both adults were present, nothing happened. When one was alone, the house seemed to lean in. The sounds grew more specific. A soft thump, like something being set down carefully. The faint drag of fabric across the floor. Once, only once, Evan felt the quiet brush of thread against his wrist.
Nope.
That night, Lila spoke from her bedroom, voice drifting down the hall. She doesn't like being ignored. Evan and Claire began arguing in whispers. Evan insisted it was stress. The move, the unfamiliar space. Claire stopped sleeping. They both avoided the strange room. Lila did not. She keeps the house calm, Lila said one evening, stroking the doll's yarn hair. Before, it was louder. Before what? Lila didn't answer. They decided to leave. Not immediately, not dramatically. Just a quiet mutual understanding that the house wasn't meant to be lived in. It was meant to be escaped. Boxes appeared, plans were made, the doll was set aside, gently, on a shelf near the stairs. That night, Claire woke to the sound of fabric dragging, closer than before.
No, it wasn't.
Closer than it should have been. In the dim light, she saw the doll sitting at the foot of the bed. Not touching, not blocking the way, just watching. In the morning, the strange room felt different, less quiet, satisfied. They packed quickly after that. On the final day, Lila wandered the house one last time, doll tucked under her arm. She paused at the stairs, fingers brushing the loose panel. She stays, Lila said. Evan shook his head. We're taking her with us. Lila looked up, confused. No, she said. She belongs here. They argued, gently, firmly.
Leave the doll.
In the end, the doll was placed back into the recess beneath the stairs. The panel slid into place easily this time. Too easily. The house sold again within the month. New owners, fresh paint, different furniture. When they moved in, they found the doll late one evening, tucked into a shallow space beneath the stairs, positioned upright, facing outward, waiting. Not for a child. For the first adult who had noticed the sound of fabric dragging across the floor softly, and understand, far too late, that some houses don't want families. They want agreements. And they always keep what's left behind. The end.
No.
I like that you don't know if it's the house or the doll. That's the problem.
Right? I was thinking, okay, so she keeps it quiet.
Yeah. So the doll must be doing something to keep the house from doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever happened in that end room, apparently the doll was controlling whatever was in there, but it was leaking out into the rest of the house.
No. Mm-mm.
But I do want to know, why did the doll keep looking at people? Like, what was the point of that?
I don't know. I don't know.
She doesn't like it loud, apparently.
I didn't like that.
I also found it, I was like, wanted to slap Evan. I'm like, no. The doll needs to stay. The doll
Why-
should not be going with you.
Why the hell are you fighting it? Why are you fighting the girl that wants to leave the creepy ass doll?
Right?
Leave it. Leave it.
So I loved when you said the other story was about dolls. I was like, oh, this is going to get him. This is going to be good. Claire's just like, first chance. She was like, nope, we are getting the hell out of Dodge. Let's go.
Good job, Claire. Good job.
Evan's kind of a bonehead.
Yeah.
No, we'll take the doll. No, we won't.
Evan.
And it was interesting that nothing seemed to bother Lila. Like, nothing was freaking her out. Nothing, like, threatened her. She was like, no, we cool.
We cool. We just sitting here vibing.
And I wonder if maybe it's because she was quiet. She didn't seem like a very rambunctious child.
Yeah.
She was pretty chill.
She was.
And maybe it's because the house didn't want families there, so it just kind of made people with families uncomfortable. Like, hey, get out.
Get out.
But didn't want to hurt the kids. You know?
Yeah.
But it's also interesting that the doll has been well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
You butt munch. Why must you do this to me?
Because it was too good not to.
Ugh. Okay. That was
Good
story.
Too good not to.
Super creepy.
I loved it. It was great.
Great. Great.
So, you have no more in there.
Oh, I was looking for this.
Oh, your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, so now you can do your updates if you'd like to do your updates. Okay. Unless you want me to try to find another doll story.
No, please do not find another doll story.
Okay.
Super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good job.
Thanks.
You're a butthead. Just gonna say that. Just gonna throw that out there.
Payback for the little boy in the back seat.
Yeah. My goodness. Okay.
I'm also trying to picture that room, a long, narrow room. What was the purpose of that? All right, so what's your update? What you got for me?
Let me verify.
Oh dear, he's verifying, guys.
Yep, verifying.
So while you're verifying, we'll talk about the weather. Because for the majority of fall and winter so far, it's been 60, 70, sometimes even 80 degrees here, which is unusual for this time of year in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And yesterday, it started to get cold outside. And today, I left the house, and it was like 40-something degrees.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking to my best friend who lives up in Wisconsin right now. And she said that it had gotten pretty warm the other day, and she was like, it was 45 degrees. And I was like, no, that's not warm. She's like, now it's down to the 30s. But then she also said that their temperatures there, she said even when it was 30, it felt like it would be 50 here. Because it's different. And I was like, oh, okay. Still, no. Because she said they just got 3 inches of snow. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, Connor said he's been working outside.
No, thank you.
And he's like, no.
Somebody was trying to argue with me the other day that there was no place in the U.S. that had snow on the ground. And I was like, I happen to know that Wisconsin did, because Connor said it had snowed when they were headed down here in December. And I was like, this dude literally said it was snowing. But I can't remember who was trying to argue with me about it. I just know they were wrong.
They were wrong, son. Okay.
Anyway, did you find your update?
I did. Okay. So first update, quick, short, simple, to the point.
Okay.
This is from Valquez 9. The Hat Man.
Oh, okay.
The Return of the Hat Man. Okay. So real quick, he just says, great job. It was a lot of fun hearing you and your wife go back and forth.
Aw.
He said scaly was probably wasn't the best descriptor of the skin. He agrees.
Oh, okay.
And then he thanked us for the feature. So, thank you for writing such a wonderful story.
Yeah.
For sharing your experience. I loved it.
Oh, this is the one who was fighting him.
Yes.
Beating the crap out of him.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right. I appreciate the fact that you didn't think I was a bitch for saying that was a weird ass way of describing somebody's skin.
Yeah, definitely a weird descriptor, but I guess I don't know how else you would describe it. He said like Freddy Krueger's skin,
Burned.
scaly. Yeah, I guess burned would be the best.
Burned.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I had a burn on my arm, it was not scaly. It was blistery
Okay,
because I had the
I can
little
I
line
can
and
go
had
with
the blisters.
yeah, I can go with the blisters. Okay,
I could see that looking scaly, but it would have to be like a crap ton of blisters.
okay. So next update.
Okay.
This one's kind of a longie.
Oh wow. Okay.
So his message real quick is short, but then he sends something that's a little long.
Okay. And who is he?
The Necrobats, who had the big Candleman story last week.
Oh dear heavens, my
Yes.
brother. Oh
Okay.
my word.
So I sent the same message I always do. Hey, I read your story. I hope I did it justice. And Necrobats responded, I loved it. And just so you know, it is a cryptid. The Candleman is a cryptid, not an entity, not a paranormal cryptid. And he sent me the Candleman lore. So
What the shit?
So I'm going to read it to you. The Candleman is an emancipated cryptid born from a murder in an 1800s foundry fire. Doomed to wander with a candle fused into its skull, lighting its own path as he hunts the living. He walks with a long, lurching gait, head bowed, head bowed, so the flame spills light ahead of him. And his voice is a jagged, blown-out screech like a shredded microphone tearing the night apart. The origin? In 1871, in the soot-choked river town of Blackwater, Ohio, there was a tallow foundry run by a miser named Elias Harrow, who boiled animal fat into candles for the railroad barons. Laborers worked 14-hour days over open vats, breathing in caustic smoke, while Elias shaved their wages and locked exits to prevent theft.
What a jerk.
Yeah. One winter, a bitter strike broke out after a worker fell into a vat and died. His body never recovered, and rumors spread that Elias secretly rendered the corpse into candles and sold to local churches.
What a piece of shit.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
On the coldest night of that winter, the workers chained the doors and set the foundry ablaze with Elias still inside, trapping him amongst the towers of cooling wax and barrels of boiling tallow. Witnesses later swore that they heard him shrieking, not from the flames, but from the melting wax that flowed over his body, sealing his hands to his chest and swallowing his face like a slow white flood.
Ew.
By morning, the building was a black shell, and among the char was a single unburned candle standing upright in a mound of cooled wax, shaped like a human rib cage.
No.
The transformation. The Paris priest took the candle as proof of a miracle and set it on the altar, but its wick never seemed to shorten, and the wax never dripped. Parishioners claimed that the flame burned cold and hissed quietly, like someone whispering through broken teeth from the bottom of a well. One stormy evening, the priest was found dead on the church floor, his body bent backwards, his face peeled away. Every other candle in the nave burned to puddles, while the foundry candle still stood tall and perfect. After that night, people reported a figure roaming the riverfront fog, impossibly tall, wrapped in hanging strips of something that looked less like cloth and more like cooled wax clinging to bone. Where its skull should have been, there was only a nest of melted ridges, and from the crater in the crown rose that same unspent candle, its flame shivering without wind, its smoke twisting downwards like fingers instead of up. When the figure tilted its head, the flame slid forward, throwing a sickly light over warped ribs and a gaping, tooth-lined hole where a mouth should be. Uh, Rules of his curse. The Candleman is drawn to man-made light, especially single flames in the windows or doorways, relics of the factory lamps that burned while Elias died. Folklore says that if you leave a candle burning past midnight in a room where someone had recently lied, stolen, or harmed another, its flame will bend sideways for a heartbeat and the wax will begin to drip outwards. When that happens, you have already invited him. Once inside a town, he walks the streets as if tracing invisible routes between old crimes. Head bowed, so the candlelight sweeping along the thresholds that and cellar doors. When his light finds you, and your shadow flickers wrong, stretching tall and thin, headless with the candle burning from the stump of its neck. If you move, the shadow does not. And in that frozen instant you hear his screech rip through your chest, rattling your ribs like loose glass. The legend says you cannot bear total darkness. The legend says he cannot bear total darkness, not because he fears it, but because in pure black he has nothing to walk by and become lost in the memory of the foundry fire. That is why he hunts by the light of his own candle and the carelessness of others, forever circling the dim edges of town, looking for a glow to follow and a soul to render. Those who want to survive him blow out every flame, unplug every lamp, and sit in perfect, trembling dark until his screech drifts past and the sound of his long bowed steps fade back into the night. And that is the lore of the Candleman. So thank you very much, Necrobats. That is great information. I've never heard of him.
That is horrifying.
Right? So,
that is very horrifying.
Question.
Yes.
Do you want to go to Ohio?
No.
Okay.
I have zero desire to go to Ohio.
Did this impact your possible future trip to Ohio negatively?
It didn't help.
It did not help. Okay. Sorry.
No. No.
Okay.
No.
So that's what I got today.
No. The only thing I like about Ohio is their chili.
Okay. All right. Skyline chili.
Skyline chili.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just for good measure, play the clip of her screeching again. Thank you.
That's terrible. It's gonna become part of your what are you creating? A soundbite? Soundbite?
Yep. Soundbite.
Terrible.
Oh, thank you for that soundbite. I appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
Any closing thoughts?
I'm gonna find more doll stories.
You punk. Okay. Well,
do you have any closing thoughts?
I do. This week's stories were terrifying.
Yeah. We had to edit a few of them.
Yes. But
we have it's kind of like an unwritten, I don't know, rule that there are certain things that if they're in a story, we either take it out or we don't read it.
Yeah.
And some of that is for personal reasons, and some of that is just because it serves no purpose.
Yeah.
It's maybe it's too vulgar, or it's too graphic, and it's not. So.
Yeah, I try not to read overly gruesome stories, and then stories with certain plots, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah. So if he's asked for your story and he's never read it, that's got something in it. He's sometimes terrified to take it out because he doesn't want to offend the author.
Yes. Yes. But alas, here we are. So finishing this episode up.
Oy vey.
No, I'm just gonna say, please join our socials, the Make Me Believe podcast. It's been a while since I've advertised them, promoted them.
And I have not done YouTube. I mean, the holidays have just been
brutal,
insane.
Yeah, just a lot.
So I will have time, probably this coming weekend.
Okay.
To sit in here and do that. And I'm going to try.
She's trying.
With the photos of candy corn.
Yes.
To put those in a video for those that don't have the social medias.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Yes, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook group, the Make Me Believe podcast for both of them. And
like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
We are on all major platforms.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. And before we head out, I have a quick question for you.
I have a quick answer for you.
I hope not.
You hope not.
I hope not.
Okay.
Okay. Do you believe?
No. Maybe next time. Is that slow enough for you?
That was slow enough for me. Thank you very much. I appreciate you just dragging that out. But I get what I asked for here in this house.
But in real time. No. Maybe next time.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Well, thank you again, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And have a good week.
Bye.
Bye now.